Hello and welcome back to Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. I'm a little upset about that last run. Usually I can get through the lair and the Orcish mines and usually die in the vaults and often clear the elven halls. So that was a terrible run. I didn't even find the temple. So I'm going to try again. And this time, I know I said I was going to be an ice elementalist, but I think I will try for an earth. Although I'm not sure yet. Let's come up with a name. There we go. And I'm going to go for a deep elf again. They are the best at spellcasting, although they are very weak. But I'm going to be a spellcaster, so let's stick with that. Venom Mage? I don't think so. I could go for ice. The problem with ice is that they're very powerful, but if you run into undead early, you're in trouble because they resist ice spells. So let's just take a chance and go for ice. Might as well. Although I'm more confident with earth. No, let's go for earth. The trouble is with the earth elementalist, or one of the challenges. Let's just do our skills here. We're going to get spellcasting focused. You can see the Earth Elementalist starts with only 1.5 in spellcasting, so that's pretty low. And we're going to focus on Earth Magic, and I'm going to turn Stealth off just for a little while. So you can see that dodging more experience points are now funneled into all the skills. And that looks good. Let's take a look at our spell book, the book of Geomancy. He's got a good range of spells. In particular, number C there, Stone Arrow, is fantastic. It's a really good direct damage spell. It can carry you right through the mid game. The disadvantages he has is that he doesn't have a lot of escape options. He's got Stone Skin, which increases your armor class, Pass Wall, which lets you walk through walls, but it's slow. It takes a few turns to get going. Petrify, which is something I always memorize, but I don't use very often. And Lee's Rapid Deconstruction, which is a really fantastic spell. So he's got the tools to do a lot of damage, but not really to escape too easily. So we're going to be hoping to find a book with Blink or some utility spells in it. But that's all up to the random number god. We start the game with Sandblast, which is a pretty crappy spell. You can see it has 2 pips of hunger even at the beginning. That should disappear pretty quickly as my spellcasting goes up. And the power level's at 3 pips, which is pretty weak. It is a fairly weak spell unless you are wielding stones in your hand, in which case it becomes a very powerful spell. But we only start with 20 stones, as you see here, and we're going to have to ration them. So until we get to level 3, it's dangerous. You have to be very careful when you start as an Earth Elementalist. So let's start exploring. You can see I only have 4 magic points here, so I only have 4 shots at this. And it looks like we have a kobold here. And he doesn't have a weapon, so I'm going to try to take him out without wielding a stone. Now he's out of range. If I had a stone, he would be in range. Wielding a stone increases your range by 1. So I'm going to have to let him get close, and I took him out with 1 shot, which is excellent. And I'm going to retreat a little bit because that python hasn't seen me yet. Oh, and there he is. This is a little dangerous because he can constrict me. So I'm going to wield my stones and attack him with the stone. And he's dead. Good. Now I'm going to rest, get my mana back. It's really touch and go until you get to level 3. So I'm going to try a couple shots at him without the stones, and if I'm in trouble, I'll wield the stones. Missed. Oh, I hit him, but I didn't do any damage. And I got him, even though he got a little bit of damage on me. Found our first scroll. Use auto explore. A rat shouldn't be a problem. And oh, he saw me. I was going to go get my mana back, but okay, we're full mana now. Alright, this is good. I've only used one stone so far. Now if I happen to run across some stones, I'm going to be very happy and I won't have to ration like this. Okay, this is a kobold with an elven dagger. He has a weapon, so I think I'm going to wield the stones and see if I can take him out. Okay, no problem. Unwield the stones, and I'm going to get the elven dagger. That's probably the best thing for an elf to start with. So I'm going to wield the elven dagger, but it's assigned to the letter H right now. So what I'm going to do is press equal sign, adjust my items. I'm going to change H to A. So now it's assigned to the letter A, and now I can just press the apostrophe key to toggle between the stones and the dagger. And ooze. This is stonework here. There we go, and we're at level 2. Okay, let's try to take him out without the stones. No problem. And I think our hunger pip has gone. Our hunger has gone down by 1 pip already. The power is still at 3, and our spellcasting is up at 2. But we're doing a little better now because we have more magic points when we increased level there. So let's continue to explore. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was a club. I thought it was a quarterstaff. And I think we can take this guy out without stones. There we go. Rest up, get our mana back. Okay, there's 2 of them, but I think I can take them out without the stones. Shouldn't have walked into him. There we go. Rest up. And let's get these scrolls. There's a sling, but no stones. Let's go take out this giant newt without the stones. Try and hit him with a dagger a couple times. Sandblast, sandblast. Okay. And let's go take out the other one. And he fell 1 shot of a stoneless sandblast. Alright, this fellow has a whip, so we're going to wield the stones. I think I wasted 1 on the bats, and we're down to 11 stones. And we're about halfway to level 3, so we'll probably make it. Let's just press Control F, and just in case I missed any stones, we'll search. Nope. Sometimes, oh, an adder. This is going to be tough. I'm going to wield the stones. And we got him, and we got to level 3. So our strength is 5, and our intelligence is fairly low. If you'll remember when we started the wizard, our intelligence was 22. I mean, 19 is not low, but could be better. Luckily, a deep elf will raise his intelligence every 4 levels. So now we're going to increase strength, get it up to 8 so we can carry a decent amount of equipment. And we're going to butcher the adder and eat him up. And now we can memorize our stone arrow. And we failed. And we succeeded. And now, if we take a look here, stone arrow is a conjuration and earth. So what we're going to need to do is turn on our conjurations, and we're going to focus them until stone arrow gets reliable. It's at 28% reliability now, and 3 pips of hunger. So it's usable, but we really need to get that down a little bit. And it costs 3 mana, so we can only cast 3 of them at this level. So we're still going to be reliant on our stones, and luckily we found some more. 16. Okay, that gives me a little bit of breathing room. And we're going to try and take this guy out with the dagger and normal sandblast. And we succeeded. Same with this guy, no problem. And sandblast has gone up to 4 pips, so it's getting better. And I think we can do the same with the newt here. There we go. Now we've got a ring. I can try it on, but it could be bad. I'm going to take the chance. Worst case scenario, it's a ring of hunger, and there's lots of food here. Or a cursed ring of teleportation. And that's pretty bad, but it's survivable. And we don't know what it is. But it's most likely not bad, so we'll just leave it on for now. And we can take him out without the stones. And same with the bat here. And we're just continuing to explore here. Here's our first temple. Fedhas, I've never worshipped him. I think I tried once or twice, but I didn't get very far. So he's not really a magic god, so we're going to leave him alone. I'm going to try and worship Sif Muna, but if I find a Vehement temple, I might go with him, depending on where the temple is. Assuming I get to the temple this time. So it hasn't been much of a problem so far. Our sandblast is getting a little more reliable. We'll check on our skills after we finish this level. There's a jackal. They usually run in packs, but I'll try and... oh. Okay, I took them both out without stones. And this fellow has a dagger, so might as well wield the stones. Aha, and he's got a wand or something. Oh, a dart of flame. Okay, he also has an elven leather armor, so we're going to take that, just in case. Right now our armor class is 2 and our evasion is 13. If we wear the armor, our armor class is 3 and our evasion is 12, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference. And if you wear armor, it affects your spellcasting rates, but elven leather armor has no effect. Elven armor, if you're an elf, will be slightly better for your spellcasting. But you're never going to be wearing plate mail and casting spells, so that's not an option. And we're getting darted here, and we took him out without the stones. We are eventually going to need those stones, so it's best to conserve. And no stones on this level either. Usually there's piles of stones lying everywhere. They are not exactly rare, but it's just the luck of the draw. Oh. It doesn't want us to walk through the trap here, so I have to manually do it. And down we go. Now, I could memorize Stone Skin. That's a pretty useful spell, but I'm just going to wait till Stone Arrow gets better. We're down to 21%. Our spellcasting's up to 3. Once our conjurations gets to 1 or 2, it'll be pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on Stealth. Okay, exploring. A couple scrolls and a dagger. Animal skin, a rats, and we're going to need something to eat. Now we're going to try Stone Arrow on this guy. And we miscast, and we're down to 4 mana. Luckily, my stealth was good enough that he didn't wake up there. And let's just try that again. There we go. Killed in one shot. That's stone arrow for you. Beautiful spell. But he didn't leave a corpse, and we're hungry, and now we're very hungry. So let's eat the meat ration. You have to conserve permanent food in this game, but I'm pretty cavalier about it. I haven't run out of food yet, although I've never done the extended end game yet, so usually I have enough food, so I'll go ahead and eat that. And let's try and take him out without the stones, and we did in one shot. Ooh. Here's the temple of Oriq, but we're not going to worship him. Alright, let's try another stone arrow on this guy. There we go. Level 4. Our intelligence has gone up 1. And if we take a look, our stone arrow has improved. It gets castable pretty quickly, but it doesn't get hungerless until you... Uh-oh. Let's see, this is not good. I shouldn't have charged in there. So I have 3 stone arrows and there's 4 enemies, because they cost 3 MP each. So I'm going to switch the stones. This is what we save our stones for. And we're going to knock them back with the sandblast. Oh, and there's a worm too. There we go. Now we're going to flee and rest up. Okay, this is a good candidate for stone arrow. He usually leaves a nice juicy corpse, so there we go. And one more. Did we miss him? Missed. There we go. Rest up. We're going to get hungry again soon because we use stone arrow, so we'll chop up that bat. And the meat is rotten already, so we're going to drop that. Stone arrow. Chop them up. Rest up. Stone arrow, and stone arrow. Miscast. Switch to stones. And take them out. We have 1 MP left for this rat. And we'll try and take him out without the stones. There we go. And we're going to chop him up. And rest up. Sometimes there's stones that come along with the sling, but not in this case. Go. I'm just using the dagger on these guys because they're fairly low level. Okay, I think it's time to memorize stone skin, so let's go ahead and do that. And stone skin is a transmutation earth spell, so we're going to have to train transmutations. Let's turn it on, but we're not going to focus on that. We'll leave it at 11% experience funneling in there. Orcs. I've got a score to settle with these guys. Okay, only one of them has seen me. He's got some poison darts, so we're going to wait for him here and wield our stones. There he is. I think I'll stone arrow him, actually. And he got me. And I'm poisoned. So we're going to find a quiet corner here and see if we can make it through the poison, which we did. And we're hungry, just as all our meat rots, so gotta make another kill here. And that Oriq will be good eating, so let's stone arrow. Switch to stones for sandblast. There we go. And nobody left a corpse. Here's a kobold, but they are poisonous, so we can't eat him. And if you saw just before I killed him there, he had a little tooth icon. That means he went berserk. And they're a lot more dangerous when they're berserked. They attack quickly, and they have more hit points, but I still managed to take him out very easily. Okay, that's it for level 3. And still no stones. Alright. Oh. That's not what we want. So I could climb back up the stairs, but that would take 2 turns, and he might get a hit on me. So I'm gonna activate Stone Skin. Turn that on. And that didn't really help too much. I'm going to take the chance and quaff a potion. And luckily it was a potion of heal wounds. Finally I got some luck, and we're going to stone arrow him at point blank range. Now we're going to wield our stones, because we have 2 mana left. And thankfully he died. And that was very close. And now we're going to eat him. When I decided what potion to drink, I just drank the potion I had most of. And I was expecting it to be a cure potion, cure poison, which gives you about 10 hit points. But it was a potion of heal wounds, which healed me right up, which probably saved my life, although it looks like he didn't get another hit on me. Let's just take a look at our skills here. Our spells. Stone arrow is at 12%, and the power's going up. Our spellcasting's at 4, conjurations 2, transmutations 1.5. We're getting there. We need some more experience. We need some more stones. That makes it a lot easier. Let's drop the rotten meat. And we're poisoned again. But luckily he falls to 1 shot of stone arrow. And I'm just waiting now. You can see my health going down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now it's time to try a potion. And we're going to try the blue potion and hope that's a cure. And it is. So heal up and continue on. Sandblast them and eat them. Ooh, the elf twins, Dowan and Duvessa. These guys are pretty tough, and they've both seen me. I'd like to separate them. Well, I'm going to duck away around this corner, and they're going to chase me. And then around this corner. So I'm going to wait till they round the corner, and okay. Duvessa is the one you want to kill first, because if you kill Dowan, Duvessa goes berserk and she can run you down and kill you really easily. Stone arrow, and 1 more should do it. Boom. And I'm at level 6. We're going to increase our strength. And we're going to run around this corner and rest up. Good. And now for Dowan. He's a lot weaker than Duvessa, so... And I missed. 1. He blinked, but I think he's still in range and he's almost dead. 1 more stone arrow should drop him. And I missed. And I got him. Okay, sometimes they have nice treasure too. But not this time. So let's eat Duvessa here. And rest up. And I'm hungry again. We'll eat another chunk of Duvessa. How's our stone arrow doing? 10% failure rate. It's getting good, but the hunger is still 3 pips. It hasn't gone down yet. That's a function of spell casting, so we've got to wait for that. So we've just got to deal with the hunger. But at least it's getting reliable now. So we're just going to chop up every enemy we kill. And I think we're going to drop the meat, the rotten meat, pick up the scroll, rest up, and on our merry way. Oh. Here we have a staff. I love staffs. Every wizard should have a staff. Could be a good one, or it could be useless to us. So let's we can identify it just by wielding it. So let's wield it. Oh, and it's a staff of power. Oh, that's beautiful. See, my magic points were, I think, at 19, and now they've gone to 32. So it gives me a lot more magic, which gives me a lot more leeway. I love staffs of power. They're my favorite staff, and it's just great luck that I found one. So we don't need this knife anymore. Or the dagger. Let's drop that. And we're not going to need this elven armor, so let's drop that. And let's test this wand and see what it is. We don't know. So we're going to try it on ourselves. And nothing appears to happen. I'm going to try it on the next enemy, but using oh, it's out of juice. You can see the 0 down there. It's out of charges. And it's probably useless, so let's just drop it. And I'm not going to be much of a wand user anyway, just for emergencies, because wands are a function of evocations here. Excuse me. And I don't plan on training evocations. You want to funnel as much as you can into magic, and then eventually get traps and doors. Because if you don't train traps and doors, that could kill you very easily. And I want to get a bit into fighting, which improves your hit points. So let's continue on with our Staff of Power. Oh, it's a Stachio. Stachio is a summoner, and he's got to be taken out quickly, or else he'll summon a whole bunch of stuff, imps and mammals. And so let's quietly drop this bat. Rest up to get our 1 mana back. See if we can sneak up on him. In range of Stone Arrow, yeah. And we're going to blast him with Stone Arrow. 1, 2, and there come his summons. 3, I didn't get him. And now it's time to flee. We're going to put on Stone Skin and get out of here. The thing about Eustachio is he doesn't heal very quickly, and I should not be running into blank hallways here, into unexplored areas. That's just stupid. Oh, a book. I'm going to take the time to get this book. There's not much point in killing the summons because you don't get any experience for it. Where am I running to? I want to go upstairs, so there's the stairs. And I'm just going to flee. Up we go. And we're going to drop this guy here. Stone Skin back on. Drop that guy. Might as well drop the rats. Drop the rotten meat. We're very hungry. We're going to eat our meat ration. Might as well. It's always best to eat your meat rations rather than your bread or fruit rations, because you can get a mutation later on that makes you a vegetarian. So if you're going to expend some permanent food, do the meat. Okay, and we're going to take a look at this book. Beyond our current level of understanding. Oh well. Pass wall, we don't need that yet. Petrify, no. Okay, we're going to put on stone skin. Down we go. And he's not in range. Oh, he's moving quickly though. There he goes. We're just going to stone arrow him to death. 3, 4, 5, 6, come on. 7, 8. We got him, but we're surrounded by nasties. So we're going to go up the stairs and run away till they disappear. You can see that little minor demon damaged my dexterity, but that will come back eventually. And they will disappear eventually in a puff of smoke when his summoning power runs out. Unless these aren't summons, I might as well take them out. Yep, they were summons. Okay, rest up. And we're doing fairly well. Sandblast is down to 0 hunger. That stone arrow is still the same. But it should come along shortly. Sandblast, stoneless. Oh, and here we go. The Ecumenical Temple. And all the gods you could ever want. There's a lot of weird gods. This is the necromancy god. But I'm going to go with Sif Muna, the general spellcasting god. Earth and necromancy are pretty good together, but I haven't really practiced with it enough, so I'm going to stick with Earth. So now you can see that I'm a deep elf of Sif Muna, and these little dots here are my piety. I haven't gained any piety. You gain piety with Sif Muna by increasing your spells. They're your skills in spellcasting, or in spells, not in spellcasting. So once those go up, I should get a pip of piety. And once you reach full, the bar reaches full, you'll start getting spell books. Oh, and I forgot. Let's go back down there. We're going to memorize Petrify. How many? We have 8 spell levels left. Yeah, we're going to memorize Petrify. Failed. 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 Okay, memorized. And we're going to memorize Lee's Rapid Deconstruction. We can't yet. Okay. And we're going to drop the high level book that we don't understand yet. And we'll keep the book of Geomancy. And at this time is when I like to play the ID game with the scrolls and potions. So E there, I have 4 of those. I'm guessing that that's identify, so, and it isn't. Nothing happened, so I'm guessing that's remove curse. So let's go for J. Oh, let's go for Z. This could be identify, it could be enchant armor, it could be recharge. Since I only have 1 of them, I'm guessing it's enchant armor. And since I only have 1 piece of armor, I will use it on my robe. And nothing happens, so I guessed wrong. Let's try P. I only have 1 of those. Jeez. Again, it could be recharge, it could be enchant armor, or it could be identify. I'm going to guess again it's enchant armor. And I'm wrong again, so I just wasted an ID scroll. We'll go for G. Scroll of noise, useless. Go for M. Scroll of enchant weapon. Pretty useless because I can't enchant the staff. I. Forget amnesia scroll, which allows you to forget spells, but that is one of the abilities that Sif Muna gives you, so I'm not going to need it. So I don't feel too bad about wasting that. Let's try J. Teleportation. This is a good scroll to have for escaping after about 2 turns. 3 turns, you teleport somewhere else on the level. Let's try L. Magic mapping. This will map out the level for you. And it appears in this new version that it doesn't map the entire level, it leaves a few holes here and there. And we're going to try Q. And that's blink, which is a great escape spell. It allows you to blink anywhere in your line of sight. And the line of sight is this lighter area here, so I can't blink outside of there. But I can blink there. Okay, everything's good except for the fact that I didn't get any identify scrolls, or I wasted them, which is terrible. And that means I can't really ID the potions yet. But I'm going to take a chance and put on this amulet. Can't be that bad, and it's actually very good. Amulet of the Gourmand. And I'll show you what this allows you to do as soon as we kill somebody. And we'll start with this Oriq here. Got a score to settle with these guys. But he didn't leave a corpse. And let's go up here, because these fish zombies, giant goldfish zombies, are a really good experience. So we're just going to stone arrow them to death and stay here where it's safe. They can't get me. Boom. Earth magic up to 5, and I've reached level 7. And I'm out of mana. Let's get back. How are we doing here? Stone arrow is... I think it's gained a pip of power, but I still have 3 pips of hunger. But I don't have to worry about hunger anymore, since I have the amulet of the Gourmand. As soon as I get a corpse, we can satiate our hunger. There we go. Spellcasting's up, which should mean that stone arrow... Yep, a pip of hunger just went down off that, so that's beautiful. And there should be an altar there to a god that I do not want to worship. And here is a giant eyeball, which paralyzes you, but alone they're not too much to deal with. I don't think they can actually damage you, they just paralyze you. Now, I'm not picking these up. Something must have gone invisible, so my auto pickup is off. I turned it back on with Control A. And let's hope I can eat him. Stone arrow. See, I'm starting to rely on stone arrow almost exclusively now. I have the mana for it, and there we go. And it's getting more reliable. However, I still have nothing to eat. And I can't eat him. Or can I? Oh, there's Edmund. Back off. Edmund's tough. And he's after me. So I'm just going to get ahead of him. Stone arrow. And I'm going to get on the stairs. And we're going to go down another staircase. This one looks good. Let's just auto-explore till we get something to eat. I don't want to take on Edmund starving. Ooh. Stone arrow, stone arrow. Here's a little side branch, and I hope it's still open. I have a feeling it won't be. Okay, we're near starving, so I'm going to have to eat some perma food. I'll eat a bread ration, so I don't have to worry about it for a while. Actually, I shouldn't have done that, because in here, there's plenty of food. And I still don't have any stones, so I've got to stone arrow these guys. Luckily, if I didn't have that Staff of Power, I would have been out of mana. Alright. I can't believe that side branch was still open. They are on a timer, so after a certain amount of time they'll close up on you. You won't be able to go in them anymore. And I spent a lot of time on that level. Alright, there's a fish behind me. We're going to take him out. Okay, let's just check. We're going to read about stone arrow and see how loud it is. Oh, it's quiet. Okay, good. So I should be able to attack the fish without the jackal hearing me, I'm hoping. And I will be able to eat the fish, but I killed him in the deep water, so I can't. Now I'm going to move back here and rest, get my mana back. And, oh, that's trouble. I'm going to move a lot slower through the water, so I might as well just stay here and pick them off as they approach me. This would be a good time for Lee's Rapid Deconstruction, which I have not memorized yet, so we're going to stick with Stone Arrow. There's 4 more of them. Let's take out the dangerous one first, is the big kobold, so I'm going to focus on him, and we're going to flee. Flee. There, we got him. And we're going to see if we can take care of the rest of them with stones. I have 3 stones. And we got them all. And we're going to wield our staff again. We're going to have to adjust. Our staff is D there, so we're going to adjust capital D to A so we can toggle between stones and staff. There we go. Well, 1 stone. We have 1 stone left. And we're going to rest up because we have our extra mana back now. And beautiful. Nice haul of potions. And that's it. This is a very small branch. If you can fly, you can go into that other corridor here. But it just really dead ends. There's not much there. I've never found anything there. I'm not quite sure why they put it there. There should be a treasure there if you're able to fly. It would be a nice little bonus. Alright, we're finished with that side branch. That's the first side branch you usually run into, a very small one. And there's Edmund again. Now, I have the Scrolls of Blinking and the Scroll of Teleportation. Actually, I'm just going to search the dungeon for stones, see if I missed anything. No stones. Well, I'll put on Stone Skin, which isn't going to really help. It helps a little bit, but I wish I had found some boots or some extra armor or something. Oh, he hit me with a spear. Alright, Stone Arrow, Stone Arrow, Stone Arrow, Stone Arrow. 1 more Stone Arrow. No, I keep missing him. We have 7 potions of heal wounds. I don't really want to run away from him because he'll just hit me. I have lots of mana. And I should have enough health to survive another hit. Although I remember what happened last game. He hit me for 4 damage. And I'm missing him. Ooh, 1 more good hit will kill him. There, we got him. I took a chance. Sometimes you have to take a chance. He's got a shiny ringmail. That actually might be somewhat useful. Let's just check it out. Ringmail has a casting penalty. Elven ringmail does not. +2 ringmail of cold resistance. Well, I'm going to drop it for now and put my robe back on. Kill Oriq with a stone arrow. Eat him. And we're just about done this level. Bye-bye, Hatter. And I missed him. 1,000,000 times. And we're starving again, but I think we have some chunks of Edmund to eat. And we're done. I can't believe I've gone through 4 levels of the dungeon without finding any stones. They would be pretty useful. But Stone Arrow is coming along pretty well. And we should be okay. We've got a god, so we're doing better than the last game. So I'm going to cut the video here, and we'll see you in the next part. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.